Hey, oh man, look at this back here. We gotta go see what's going on over here. What time is it?
Jeep time.
Oh man. It's way more than that. So we ended up having to pull the axle back out, and I want to show you something. So the brake lines that they had put on here, now don't look at these right here because I just installed these brake lines. I bent these brake lines, put them on. They've been double flared. And I wanted to do a quick video showing how to actually double flare. Probably a lot of people know how to do it. But I'm going to show you because I'm surprised how many people that don't. And let's do it. Alright, so we ended up pulling the axle back out. I'm adjusting the camera in it right now, but we pulled the axle back out to... What did we pull the axle back out for? Oh, the shock bolts.
Shock bolt.
So, yeah. We slipped it, but you know what? I gotta be honest, once you get involved in your Jeep like this, it doesn't really matter. Pulling suspension parts back off and just like with those videos that I've done concerning hardware for your suspension and your lift kits, all that, that it's really important to have good hardware. Actually, I don't think it's uploaded. There's part 2 coming to that. So I figured there's probably quite a few people that don't know how to double flare a brake line. And I'm going to show you guys quick. Well, may not be quick, but let's do this. I'm going to zoom in here, adjust the setting on the camera, and hopefully this thing cooperates. Alright, so you see my clamp, and it's not wanting to participate right now. Okay, that'll be good. If you guys could only see what we see. Alright, so this right here, you're going to want your brake line being proud of the clamping portion of this brake line flare tool. So if you see that I have this right here, that's because you're going to make that brake line proud to match that shoulder that you see right there, which I already have. And I'm going to tighten it down on that. Alright, before I do anything with this, I'm going to show you something. Adjustable wrench. I'm saying you're going to want to get serious about tightening this thing down, because if you don't really tighten it down, it will slide in there and your double flare will be useless. Come on. Ouch. Hit my knuckle. Alright. Alright, so we got this portion in here. You see that we're tightened down really stiff right there, and we are up to that shoulder right there for height. We're going to go ahead and insert it like so. And then we are going to put our flare tool on. Just like so. We're going to crank this guy down now. And if you do leave this the extended portion on, it'll give you the sound of wind chimes. Okay. Pull this out. You have your first portion of your flare done. Look at that. That's nice. Now, one thing I want to show you guys and women, you see I got some dents here. The reason is in a pinch, you can actually, if you're missing this tool right here, these little tools right here, in a pinch, if you're missing that, make your brake line flat, and then just come up here and real softly with a ball peen hammer, whatever, hammer, mushroom it down. And the whole reason why you have to smash that down is it gives enough brake line, enough material there. Let me say, if you don't do it, when you go to taper it, the brake line's gonna crack in that area. So without the die or whatever that thing is called, we're going back in there and we're going to do our last portion of our caper. Man, we got a lot of lifted Chevys in our area now. Can't believe. Alright. Look at that. Look at that. That is a pretty flare right there. You don't get any better than that. Now, of course, I did this just for demonstration purposes for you guys. But if in fact you had needed to do that, you definitely would have wanted to put your nut on there, your brake line nut. So that's how you do a proper double flare. There's a couple other methods, but I wanted to show you because a lot of times people, they don't know they don't know what those are for, and do not buy a set that does not have those in it. So quick story, the first set of brake tools that I bought, a lot of years ago, Snap-on guy sold them to me. He told me it was missing these dies, and this is prior to me knowing what I needed. But he's like, hey, it's missing those, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, I'll take it anyways. And I remember him looking at me kind of weird, and this is before I knew that you have to have them. So I don't think you necessarily need it for copper if you're doing that. I don't think you do a double flare on that, but either way, just wanted to show that to you guys, and so that way you can do yourself brake lines, because if you live in the northern states like we used to, you're gonna have to learn how to do brake lines, because you'd be doing a lot of them. So all right, Harley's fiddling around back there, but let me get back at it. We got to get this axle back in. All right, see you guys on the trail.